Okay, hi folks, this is PaleoArts, and I'm giving you a few tips for the operation and maintenance of my firebow kits. Alright, so a firebow kit consists of a hearth board, a spindle, a bow, and a bearing block, and a cord, of course. Alright, I've set up mine Egyptian style, which means that the cord actually wraps several times on either side and passes through a hole in the spindle. This way it can go back and forth and never slip. But there's a few things that you need to remember when doing this, is that the spindle needs to be to the outside of the bow, and that is with the thin part at the top, thick part at the bottom, the piece that actually goes into the hearth board. Alright, when they come packaged like this, and sometimes people will get it reversed. They'll have the thin side down, fat side up, or the spindle to the inside, but you want it to the outside of the bow. So when looking at it edge on, it is like this. Okay. Now, as far as the wraps, sometimes they come undone. If you have this much play, that's not enough, too much play. You want it there. It doesn't have to be super tight. When they're brand new, they're a little tighter. As they get used, the string stretches, so you get a little play in there, a little loose. That's fine. What you're looking for is when the spindle is placed in the center between these 2 points, you have 3 wraps on either side. Again, as the cord stretches, sometimes you'll get 4 wraps on one side, 3 on the other when it's in the middle. But as long as you have about that much play, it's fine. Okay. So, not a lot of play. Doesn't have to be super tight, but it can't be really loose. Thin at the top, fat at the bottom. Place in to the hearth board. Bearing block on top, and away you go. Okay, now when doing this with a fresh spindle and a fresh station on the hearth board, you don't need to do any prep. You can just start going at it. After several uses, especially if you're reusing one of the hearth board stations, what you'll need to do is, because this gets smooth and glossy, you'll need to rough this up, either on a rough stone, use a flint flake or a knife or something like that. What you want to do is take that shine and that glossiness off, and possibly even the station on the hearth board as well. You can see how that got that way. You'll want to rough that up as well. Don't put any grit or anything in there that's going to stay in there, because that will just eat away, act like sandpaper or a bit and eat away at it. Just rough it up so you get some good friction when you're going at it. Okay, and as far as if you're doing this for the first time, what you'll want to do is, this will be on the ground, you'll have your foot on there. Alright, you'll apply medium pressure with the bearing block as you go, and once you start getting good smoke, not just wisps of smoke, but good white smoke coming up, or black smoke, that's when you bear down a little more and really go to town, and you'll eventually get a coal built up in the dust that builds up in the gap there. You stop and you check, and if you see smoke coming from that gap, that means you have a coal. If you don't, keep going at it. Alright, the mule fat is good stuff and doesn't take incredibly long, so it takes practice, but once you get it down, you should have fire. Alright?